Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Mariam Show. Here I talk about my lifestyle, my idea of different topics, products comparison, and the events I go. If you're new here, please subscribe. You'll never get bored. Today I'm going to talk about one of the hot topics these days, New Zealand or Australia. Which one better? Which one should I go? Should I move from New Zealand to Australia? I'm migrating. Which one should I choose? I'm going to give you pros and cons. I've lived in both countries, so I can give you honest review and my opinion about what is good in any of those. And at the end, it's your decision. I lived in New Zealand for almost 5 years, then moved here, Australia, Melbourne 2 years ago. And I think now is good time that I can actually give you some ideas of which one is better, or what points in why I'm still here, or is there any chance I move back to New Zealand. This video I'm going to talk about the winning points or good points of living in New Zealand. Yes, there are good things in living in New Zealand. When I explain that, you will be agree with me that those are very main and very important points in life that it's better in New Zealand. First point is safe wildlife. New Zealand has the safest wildlife in the world, I guess. New Zealand is safe wildlife compared to Australia. Meaning, if you're in New Zealand, you can go camping, you can go to nature, mountain, do anything you like without being worried about snakes, killing spiders, or killing kangaroos. Yeah, here in Australia, no, you can't do this. They go camping, people go camping. I personally don't. I'm really afraid of this. But even if you go, you must be careful of snakes. You must be careful of spiders, or even cute kangaroos that they can hit you and kill you if they are angry. And for Aussies, for Australians people, these things are actually normal. Like the way that we are afraid of snakes, they are not. They are just like, oh, that's normal. Just let them go. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I cannot let snake go. I will just die if I see one of those, right? But for them, it's not like that because they grown up seeing this in nature, so they used to it. One time we went to traveling, I think it was in Phillip Island here in Melbourne, and I saw a sign. It's a big snake there, and it says they are kind, beautiful creature, and if you see them, don't panic, just just let them go. I was like, of course I will let them go if they let me go, right? And I was already panicked, and but other people, many people, it was okay, normal. So safe wildlife, peaceful nature is New Zealand. New Zealand is the winner. The second point is beautiful nature. Nature in New Zealand is beautiful. You cannot compare it with the ones we have in Australia, any cities, any states. I don't think you can find anything same as what we have there, like in Rotorua, in Taupo, in Queenstown, New Zealand. They are beautiful. The hot spring we have here in Melbourne cannot compare with the hot spring in Rotorua or Taupo, which are very natural, close to volcano, beautiful, and plus many other activities in those cities. Queenstown in New Zealand is the piece of heaven on earth. It's beautiful. It's the place that they filmed Lord of the Rings and other movies, I guess. In winter, it has snow. Summer is beautiful, and no place in Australia can be comparable to that one. Beauty of the nature, New Zealand is the winner. Next is lower income tax. In New Zealand, you pay less tax. In Australia, you pay more. Unfortunately, we get same free medical or retirement money, and everything is almost same, but the tax is different. For example, if your income is 100K a year, then in New Zealand, the amount of money you get home is 8,000 something, because you pay 24.5% tax. In Australia, the amount of money you get home is 6,000 something a month, which is like paying 30%. It is almost like $2,000 difference a month for a salary in that is a lot. I know the salaries in Australia are higher, like 10, 20K or 30K higher in Australia. And I know the currency is different as well, but the point is the amount of tax and the percentage that we pay, which is higher here, and without any reason, without getting any more benefits here. You know what I mean? So employee tax, of course, all of us wants to pay less. So New Zealand is the winner. The next thing I'm going to talk about, which is again a bit similar to tax, is the concept of LCT in stamp duty. Luxury car tax stands for LCT, meaning, for those who don't know, in Australia, you have to pay luxury car tax if you buy a car above a triage, like I think it's 80K, 90K or something. It depends on the state that you live in. And you have to pay that extra tax, like top up on the car price, which obviously there is not such a concept in New Zealand. You can go for a car for 300K, for 400K, anything. Nobody cares as long as you can afford it. Another concept similar but for buying the house is stamp duty. That is a tax you pay for the house price if you buy a house which is higher than that, again, the limit or triage. Like in Melbourne is like 600 something. If it is your first home or second home, again it's different. In New South Wales and other states, again different rules, but that is a big amount of money you need to pay to government just because you buy an expensive luxury house. And the thing is, most of the houses here are above that limit. So for 600, you cannot really find a good house here in Australia. It's not possible. So that tax, yes, they can add it to your loan. If you can pay like 10-20% of deposit, that one can be added to your loan. Plus the land insurance, again, that's another extra big money you have to pay to government as a one-off, that's added to your loan as well, can be. But again, that's the money you own, right? So you have to pay at some stage that money back. For example, if you buy a house that is 750 in Melbourne, then you can end up with actually that it costs you like 800 or even more because of this extra cost and as an add-on to your house price. You know what I mean? Buying a house itself is hard, is very like big task, and imagine of this adding cost. New Zealand, there is no stamp duty, so you just pay for the house, whatever price it is. That is exactly the amount that will end up to your home loan, and that's exactly the amount that you have to pay. It doesn't matter if the house is 4 million, 5 million, still same. If you want to live luxury, having expensive car, house, you will pay less in New Zealand and you will pay more in Australia, and New Zealand is the winner. And the last thing I'm going to talk about in this video is the simplicity of life in general. New Zealand is simple, not as complicated as here in Australia or my experience in Melbourne. I give you some examples. If you want to park your car, each car slots have different rules. It is a big sign. It says from this time to this time, this day to this day, these are the rules. And then at the bottom, it can a small written that, oh, every time is ticketed. So it is very complicated. When I moved here, obviously I got fined because it took like 15 minutes if you want to read and understand those, especially if you are new here. New Zealand, we don't have those. Yes, we have like car park signs, but not that complicated. You just know, okay, I can park here, I need to pay how much, or I cannot park here, that's it. Or the road tax. Like in Melbourne, if you go from one suburb to another suburb, you need to pay the road tax. Like I don't know, $6, $7, something, $4, depends on where you go, I guess. But then it's not only one. There are two lines. And whether it's you go to east or west, they are different. And like I remember when I came here, I got fined for $200 because I went to the line that I didn't even know. I was registered on Eastlink, but then that was different, and I was get fined. And I called them, and they say you should register your car first. I had no idea, and obviously I explained to them, and they agree, and they didn't fine me. They cancel it, but that is complicated. It means that any road you go, anywhere you go, you must keep an eye on those road tags. Like it's online, automatically added to your car, and you must make sure and monitor and pay them off. It's only in one city. You don't go to other cities, remember. New Zealand, we don't have that. Obviously, if you go to road trips, you go to other cities, you pay the road tax. There is a big sign. It's $3, $4. It's a small amount, but that's only if you drive and go on road trips. Not even if you are in Auckland City or Wellington, not inside, right? So again, the complexity is too much here. New Zealand is simple life. So simplicity of life, New Zealand is the winner. These were the main points I could mention about the winning points of living in New Zealand. Please comment below if you agree or not, and if there are any other points you like to mention. I'm going to post more videos specifically about good reasons to live in Australia, where I am, and even if I'm going back to New Zealand, yes or no, I will post those ones soon. Keep in touch. See you soon.